Welcome to Rise to Lead, the podcast where heart-driven leaders come together to inspire and innovate. They will share actionable tips and insights that help you lead your team more successfully, advance your career or business as a leader, achieve greater impact, and experience deeper fulfillment. I'm your host, Regina Huber, guiding you through deep conversations about leadership that's rooted in service, freedom, and the desire to leave a positive mark on the world. Welcome to Rise to Lead. Today is a special edition with two of my dear friends, Miles Austin and Simon Hearn from England. They have got something really powerful to share, a path that could open the door to your financial freedom. And I don't say that lightly. I'm on the team with Miles and Cy for this amazing income option, and I see the results every single day. And that's why I'm so excited to have them here today. Trust me, you will want to hear this. Welcome, Cy and Miles.
Hi, thanks very much for having us.
Thanks for having us, Regina.
Thrilled to have you on with us today. Now, before we dive into this conversation, I want to point out very clearly that none of what we say here today or after should be considered financial advice. None of us are financial advisors. Any investments made should always be researched fully. If you decide to invest in anything, it's always your own decision and responsibility. And we are also not making a specific suggestion here today. We're just going to talk about an option that we all know about. And if you'd like to know more about it, you can always reach out after. Okay? So, it seems like we are all agreeing on this, Cy and Miles. So let's dive into this.
100%.
Okay. So my first question for you is, because of course, crypto is about innovation, and a lot of people shy back from it because it has to do with technology. It seems complex and all of that. But what role does innovation play in making opportunities like this possible today, and really opportunities that we didn't even know of, a few decades ago, and that didn't exist a few years ago even?
I think with these sort of opportunities, you need to have some sort of like leader, some sort of uh, visionary in this industry that's always looking to innovate and make the most of opportunities that are out there. Always looking to look into the research, and if something doesn't work quite as well as you want it to do, you want them to be visionary enough to decide we are going to make sure that this works better. And we are very fortunate that we have found a visionary that's like this. So I think that you need to have with opportunities. It always has to be given to you. So someone has to be the person that's going to give you it, and they have to be on the ball. And it all comes down to tech as well nowadays, especially with the crypto side of things, like we discussed. That's my sort of side of it.
Yeah, and I think like innovation as well, like the great thing about innovation is it just means there's always new things coming out that, you don't know what's going to exist before it exists, which is quite obvious. But it does bring into play new chances to make money, new chances to be able to invest in the new technologies. And with the introduction of AI and cryptocurrency and blockchain technology and everything like this is giving the normal everyday person the chance to invest in these innovations more and more each day. And with what we've got, with the AI being involved, with the crypto being involved, it's just exciting, and so glad to be here to talk about it.
Yeah, and so this option is really amazing for you guys because you were already in tech before. So each of you in their own capacity, and you know a lot about technology, uh, also AI included. I know I've seen that in even classes that you have done. So, and in the work that we do together in other areas as well. So I just wanted to point that out. So it definitely we have an advantage in our team. We have people who know technology, and that is really awesome. So important to me specifically because I don't want to deal with that all the time, and I will never understand all of it because it would take me literally 48 hours a day, and I only have 24, and even that, you know, um, that is not enough. So anyway, so many people hear crypto and instantly feel it like it's too complex or too risky. And I was one of them, right? Until very recently. So how do you simplify this so anyone can get started confidently and doesn't have to, think about, oh, what have I done every day, because they don't understand a thing of it.
I think that, like you just said there, I think the big thing is when you come into something that you've got doubts about, that you think's a little bit dodgy, a little bit, you need someone to hold your hand. And what we have with our community is a group of hold handers that will help you uh, completely from start to finish to get to understand it. And this is a sort of thing that you learn as you're going along as well. So it's a constant education where but you don't have to do a lot of education. You will just learn it naturally as you go along. And because so many people have tread that path that you are treading, you have a lot more faith with it. Whereas a lot of the time when people ask you to invest in crypto or, all the scams that you hear about, it causes such a bad
Oh, yeah.
stigma, really bad stigma. So I understand why people are wary. But if you know that it's a track record, you've got 4 years proven, that there's so many people in it. And if you speak to the people that are doing it and they're having so many positive experiences, that cannot be a coincidence. And that's what I would say about it, to be honest.
Yeah, and just to sort of expand on what Simon just said there, like, having leaders in there who have already got the experience in the market, so we've seen all the scams, who know about all the different ways that people can, get misled and go down the wrong paths, and having people there who will go, look, if you want to get started, we're here to help you. We'll jump on a call with you. We'll show you how to set your stuff up, and we'll basically get you to a point where you're feeling confident. Because I think a lot of times with the crypto stuff, especially, is that it's all new to people. And it's the same thing with the internet. Back in the day when the internet first came around, everyone was like, oh, no, I'm not going to do that. It's a fad. It's going to go away, you know. And then finally, it just exploded and it became in everyone's pockets at this point now. So I think cryptocurrency is going to become the exact same thing. And I think to get in on it, especially when we haven't had full universal adoption yet worldwide, to get in it, to know about it before the majority of the population, is only going to benefit you. So that's what I think as well.
Yeah, you have an edge, you have a jump start, right? And then, yeah, I want to go back to something you said, Sai, because you said 4 years, and we're only talking about our immediate team leaders here, because the company itself actually already has more than 9 years, almost 10,
Yeah.
of experience. So I think that's important to point that out as well, because it's quite considerable. And yeah, and about jumping on calls, as you both said, yes, and we have done that repeatedly, so I can definitely attest to this, and assure everybody that if you ever were to join this team in the future, you would get that support as well. And even if it's a different team, look for a team like that, whatever you're going to join, because that's what you will need unless or until, yeah, you are a total crack in it, right? And you really know your way around, which is not my case. Okay, so can you give us, talking about this, right? Can you give us an example of how easy it can be for someone brand new to begin, even if they've never touched crypto before?
So literally, if you follow, I would say 5 or 6 steps, you can near enough be ready to go. So you just need a couple of programs that you connect together, like nice and easy. And just for example, I mean, the majority of people that I work with and get started, I can do it within under an hour quite easily, and that's using conversation as well, and I can talk a bit. But yes, it's really easy, and literally you can see what you're doing all the way through it. A lot of the time when people get involved in crypto and you are sending things to wallets and doing all this sort of stuff, you're not actually sure what you're doing. But if you can just quickly show somebody what we're doing it and why we're doing it, then people have that more faith, security, and understanding. So they know what to expect if they did something by themselves, and literally, as I said, within an hour of sitting and speaking to someone and making a decision that they want to do it, you can have somebody set up and ready to go.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like an easy way for someone to get started is, just get an exchange, pick an exchange like, Mexi or crypto.com or get Revolut, buy a little bit of crypto, get used to it, uh, trade it a little bit, maybe buy some Bitcoin or some Ethereum and just sort of like get um used to it. And then you can start to expand on that knowledge as well. Like you can start to do more and more things within the crypto space. But yeah, I think that's an easy way to get started. That's the best way to get started, definitely.
Yeah, so that's what I had done with a specific coin a while back, and but I always felt like, okay, I really didn't have enough insight unless I looked up, 1,000 posts on X all the time or whatever, and I have to admit I didn't study a lot about the whole how it works either. I was more relying on a friend who was guiding me a little bit, but. But this time, this experience has been different, right? With this specific option. And that's what I like. Also, I didn't jump on it right away, although I did trust you both because we've worked together in other projects in the past for a few years now. And there's never been any issue, quite the opposite. So the thing is, there was not that personal trust was there, but I wasn't sure whether this was right for me. And then I observed you over a few months, and I observed your results and asked you again and again. And this is how I got to this decision. Now, I think, of course, people can make that decision much faster when they actually look at the materials that I wasn't also exactly aware of at the time. There are presentations now that happen where people can jump on live or they can watch the recording. There are videos on YouTube. There's a lot of information actually, and there are even live updates by the founder himself from time to time. And currently a lot more because there are some changes that are being made. As Sai said earlier, it's always important to make sure that you stay on track and that you make sure that this will never actually collapse in any way, that it's safe enough for people to invest. Although all investments have risks, right? I mean, I invested in real estate not too long ago, and it caused me a huge loss because there was corruption. I mean, and markets change and whatnot. We're not talking about that, but at least we do as much as we can as the team. I'm talking we. It's not me, them, the founding team, who it would be a disaster if it were me. But so they do as much as they can to really safeguard the entire project, the entire system, and to keep all their investors safe. So, and that's why things are changing over time, as also circumstances are changing and technology is evolving as well, and the platforms and the exchanges and whatnot. So now, I had said that I had observed you guys and seen what you were doing also on a monthly basis because there was an option that gives you actually monthly profits independently of how it is related, of course, but not only the so it's not only about how the coin evolves and what that looks like later, right? So how quickly can people start seeing real usable monthly profits with this option?
Month one. That's the short answer of it. As soon as this is set up, this gets to work for you, and you are going to start to see profits from month one. We're not going to say what those profits are, but what we would say is it's usually between a certain time scale. But these are not you can't say that these are typical. Everything depends on everyone. But when you look at a average of everyone in the team and everything like that that are getting the same sort of results, then you can start to form a little bit of a result pattern. But yeah, you're getting results within your first month without a doubt.
Yeah, and I think just speaking from personal experience, I started to see results straight away. It works while I'm awake, it works while I'm sleeping, it works while I'm on my laptop, it works all the time. And yeah, like Simon said, we can't say this is going to happen, this is exactly how much you're going to make and everything like that, because it does sort of matter on like market conditions and certain timescales and stuff like that that you've got going and how much money you've got in it. Loads of different factors play into it about what you're going to do. But you know,
Don't need to worry about them though, do you?
exactly. And you've got to do your own research, your own due diligence into things, and then you just make your decision for yourself. That's what you've got to do.
Right. Yeah, but what I like about it is what you just mentioned. Also, Sai is really and what Miles and what Sai confirmed, I should say. So what you just mentioned, Miles and Sai confirmed, is that yes, it works for you, right? So you don't have to be there doing all the time. Which is important because people may not do this full time, right? So some people will and some people will not. So, we have other things to do too. So, and can you talk a little bit more to the kind of results that real people in the team have seen with this option so far, or what they could, and I know there are some changes before us, so, or what they could see. Is there anything else you could share around that?
So what I would say is, if we're talking about examples, as in like what
Mhm.
people in the team are doing, then we're not going to talk about monetary amounts. We'll talk about percentages.
Okay.
So we've got a lot of people that are making anywhere between, let's be conservative, anywhere between 15 and 30%. I can speak on my own results, and that's the only thing I can do is speak on my own results. And I can, I tell you what I've done. I've done around about 45% this month on my own. Now, other team members are around that. So, as you can imagine, this is a really exciting thing. And if you were looking at any percentages with other things like, your ISAs, all these sort of things, your percentages are never usually that high. And just as an example, the Binance grid bot is making around about 5 to 10% a month maximum. So we are in a fantastic situation with where we are with this. So it's a very exciting time. Would you not agree, Miles?
I'd agree 100%. Definitely.
Yeah.
Just to give
Yeah,
you,
it will depend a little bit on how long you have been with it and whatnot, and how much you have invested and what options you choose for sure. But yeah, but we're talking examples, as you said, right?
Yeah. And not typical. Just remember that.
Yeah, exactly. And mine right now is a bit lower than that, but I'm very happy with mine too. And I see it also evolving. But yeah, but you have already walked longer on that path, so it's also quite normal. Did you want to add anything, Miles, or?
oh yeah, I was going to say, I was saying my results is about 40% this month.
Mhm.
Um, and that seems like it's remaining consistent, but that can change. It can go higher or lower. So I've just got to see sort of what happens in the next couple of months. But just like you, I'm happy with my results. I'm excited to see what results I get in the future as well.
Yeah, and then there will be some other options coming up in the next few months too.
Yeah.
Okay, so apart from the ones we're currently talking about, which are the only ones we have experience with right now, but then there will be some other really exciting options, even for small investment amounts.
Of course.
So, and even now, you don't have to go in very high if you don't want to, right? And you want to test it, but then you will have even lower amounts if that's the only thing you can do right now, or if you just literally want to test the system. Okay, so can you talk to the long-term vision of the coin? How do you see it developing over time? And what can people expect in terms of growth and new opportunities down the road, or whatever you want to talk about going forward? What do you see there from
So the
your
coin,
perspective? Okay,
yeah.
yeah.
From my perspective, with regards to the coin has just hit a tier one exchange, which is huge in terms of that. that means that this should continue to go on an upward spiral, like an upward move, really. It shouldn't really come down now. It's on the tier one exchanges, which basically means that more and more people will be getting access to this, seeing this coin, hearing about the coin, so they will potentially invest, take an opportunity with the coin. So I can see this going up to a very high level, around about the founder said around about 100K. That's where he aims for it to go. Whether it'll get there, we don't know. But that's what his aim is, okay? And I see it developing over time, 100%, because he is an innovator that will make everything that possible to make it the best it can possibly be. And the best thing is with communication, if you have no communication, then you don't know what's going on. But if you have the founder coming out at least two, three times a week, giving you updates of what's going on, then you expect it. And if it's not going right, you know it's not going right, but you know it's putting it right. Whereas if it's just silence, that's the worst thing, the unknown. That's how I feel. About you, Miles?
Yeah, no, I feel like it's got a strong future. A lot of these cryptocurrencies have like 1 billion coins that can be printed, and this coin's only got 100K coins that can be in existence at one time. So as you can imagine, like once people start buying it, that market capitalization is going to go up so much, and a lot more quickly as well. And the guy who actually founded it is an amazing guy. Like Simon said, he's finding every single way that he can innovate, make it better, make the coin stronger, and make the community stronger as well. So people keep on coming in and keep on investing, and most importantly, people are happy with what they're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for saying that. And yeah, silence is not always golden. Sometimes it's toxic, right? Or it can be very unsettling, at least in certain situations. And yeah, so and I have also had the impression that we are dealing with a very transparent founder who is not embellishing things that must not be embellished. He just really talks like it is, right? And he says things clearly. So he is careful to not set false expectations, which I personally appreciate a lot. And yeah, so I just wanted to add that. That's at least my impression so far. And I always try to be on those calls live when they're live calls, although they are replays, because I think that's just a really great opportunity to see the people behind it.
Cool.
So is this something that could start covering small everyday expenses, like right away, like, groceries or bills or yeah, before it grows into something bigger?
Yeah, 100%. So, I mean, luckily, I've met a lot of the people that have been in a long time in this business. So, some of these people have been able to put this in and with strategies be able to buy houses. Some people have been able to do that. However, myself as well, I've used it like you were just saying there for the smaller things. And I've used it to be able to go and get my groceries every day after I've been to the gym, which is a nice thing. You know that every day you've got your groceries covered minimum. That's just taking a little bit out of it. So, yeah, it's one of those things that your money works for you and you don't work for your money. And it's very, very uncommon that in the world. So if you've got an opportunity where you can do that, where you can get your money to work for you, why the hell are we not doing it? It's as simple as that. Because if you can make money while you sleep, and this is an opportunity to do so, you need to have a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely options with like crypto cards, and you can take some of your profits out there, and you can take your crypto card like you would with your debit card, Visa card, and you can go pay for groceries, like Simon mentioned. And options like that are becoming a lot more accessible and a lot more popular as we're moving forward in the crypto space as well. So, as long as you've got enough in to be able to be making enough to be able to take out and start using for that, then there's no reason why you can't just go and do that every single day if you wanted.
Right. Yeah, that's cool. That's really good to know for people, I guess. and then at least for some who really want to have this option, right? And how would this option work for, let's say, an entrepreneur or just a busy corporate leader, who, these are busy people, right? So how much time does someone need to put in each week to start seeing results? And just in general, is it a huge time investment? How do you see that?
Yeah, no. So, I mean, not at all. The initial setup is going to take you about an hour to get it all set up because it's your first time having an account. It's your first time to set it all up. But once that initial setup, sort of situation's out of the way, it's more like you're just addicted to checking it because you're always. I mean, I don't know about you if you've got investments, but I'm always checking my investments every day. I'm like, oh, something's gone up 10% or whatever the case may be. But other than just spending time checking it, it's literally just it does it all for you. You don't even need to check it. You could check it once a week if you wanted. You could check it once a month if you wanted. There's no reason why you even have to be on it at all. And that's the reason why I personally love it so much is I've got a busy life working with Simon and it's all passive. I don't need to do anything on a day-to-day basis to keep it going. And for me, that's the most exciting thing, definitely.
And I think as well on Miles's point, it's not a set and forget, it's a set and check. So you can see what's going on. And if it doesn't go like it looks like you want it to do, you can always pause it. So you're in control of your money. This is a big point we need to make as well. The fact that you could take that out and stop it whenever you want with regards when you're doing that on the passive side. But I'm guessing as well that you're leading into here about the entrepreneur and the business. So potentially with the corporate leader, they may already have everything they want, but they may just want some extra money to work for them. But entrepreneurs are people that really want to go get it. And I'd class myself as a go-getter myself. That you speak to people and introduce this to them and give them the better lifestyle. Let their money work for them and you get rewarded. And that's what the founders decided that he wants to reward people for sharing what he's building and creating. And for a couple of hours, I mean, we speak to people while we're just getting changed at the gym. We speak to people when we're just in the supermarket. Just speak to anybody, and you'll see that so many people are open to an opportunity because of the state of the current economic crisis in the world, practically in the country. So I think it's as much or as little as you want, but like anything in life, you get what you put in. So if you wanted to put a bit of time into this, you could really make it happen, and you could really make. And from me referring this to people and helping people, I've potentially made an income that most people work 9 to 5 with, as well as my side job. So it really is powerful, and it's as much or as little as you want. Hopefully that answers it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for sharing that. And that is also about leadership, right? So this is a leadership podcast. It's about leading ourselves and others, of course. And so for somebody who's ready to lead, they could build their own team here and create even bigger results together. And it's also about really letting people know, because if you hadn't let me know, then I would not be in this investment. I wouldn't have had the chance. So uh, and then people make their own decisions on whether they want to invest or not, whether they what they exactly want to do with it and all that. But if I don't know, then I don't know what I can do. Then I don't know what my options are. So it's really important to also share, especially also with the new options coming up that are really for anyone. Because now, even if you have like a few dollars only in your wallet, you can still become an investor. And isn't that exciting? Where do
Yeah,
you get that?
I agree 100%. And when you were saying about the lead thing, the good thing is you can become a leader. You can do a team. I would class myself now as revolving into a bit of a leader, building a big team. But if you're not sure how to do that, you can learn from the people that are in the team to support you, to help you, so you can feel that. And then you can, like you said, create massive results together as a team, build a community, which everyone wants to be part of a community, a part of a belonging. And this is a fantastic way to do that. And I actually see that if I don't tell people about this, then I'm actually letting myself down and letting them down, because who am I to not tell them about the opportunity? They may not want it. That's completely fine. That is completely fine. But if I don't tell them and give them the opportunity, then I feel bad. And that's the way I look at it. And it's that's how I think that you have to do. And you have to lead and you have to show people, you know, and lead and do everything that you're asking them to do, but you must do it yourself. Do you know what I mean? I would never take someone down a path I've never trodden myself. That's what I would say. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's important actually, because if you don't have the experience, what are you talking about? And then still everybody can make their own decision. But yeah, that's exactly it. And yeah, and I actually love those meetings, you know. It's for people to ask questions, to get their questions answered, to learn together. Those Monday evening meetings. Well, for me, it's evening. It depends on where you are in the world. Um, and they're usually small meetings because not everybody is always showing up. But it's if you have a question, you have that possibility, right? And I often have questions because I want to learn more about it. And yeah, so Miles, anything else to that point?
Yeah, no, like Simon said, it's you can build a team and you can become a leader. You can put as much time as you want into it, or
Mhm.
you can just do it passively. And I think that's a fantastic thing about it. It's different strokes for different folks. It's you can learn from people, you can put loads of time in, or you can just do it once and sit back, and that's what's great about the opportunity.
Yeah, it's your choice. Exactly. Absolutely. So if someone wants a simple, practical way to make their money work for them, as you said before, Sai, without a steep learning curve, why is this such a game changer? And I know we've touched on some of this already, but just as a final question.
But yeah, so I mean, what I would say is, why is this a game changer? This is a game changer because you can learn as you go along. It's as simple as that. You'll have your leaders that are going to show you how to set it up. You're going to have your leaders that are going to show you the way forward and how to help you build a team if that's something you're interested in. If you just want to become have your money work for you, then that's completely fine as well. So that's what I would say, and that's why it's a game changer because where else can you get a business for practically nothing what you can just build as big as you want. And the only limit is yourself.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
that's a great point. Yeah.
Yeah, like Simon's saying as well, you literally just learn as you go along, and you just get started step by step by step. Like you do one thing at a time, and you just make sure that you just keep on, learning new things every single day, and learning new aspects of it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, these are great points. So, yeah, so before we conclude here today, I just like to remind everybody who's listening also of some golden rules for crypto. Uh, it cannot be just with as with any other investment, it should never be about emotions, right? So avoiding impulsive decisions that are driven by market fluctuations, things like that, or sometimes also by a sudden need. Well, sometimes you don't have another choice. Okay, that's fine. But when you do, then, look first what you want to achieve with your investment. And then also recognizing that cryptocurrency markets are volatile and they sometimes we need a long-term perspective. It's not to make quick money, even though this options give you that possibility too, to make those monthly profits, right? Which is awesome. And then also, invest wisely, of course, diversify your investments. Don't just put everything on one thing because that's just really riskier. Continuous learning is important, even though you don't need to know a whole bunch of stuff about this. In this particular case, continuous learning is recommended because you will just, see options also that you didn't see at the start of this. And then also, um, our founder would say, buy low, sell high, right? He has his own golden rules, and hold for a few years, increase assets monthly, never sell at a loss. That's what he says. And never break the golden rules he set up. But, these are his rules, and you could take them as yours as well. So thank you so very much, Miles Sai, for being here with me today and for having this conversation. I learn something all the time. I listen to you too, so that's always helpful for me as well. And I have very much enjoyed this.
Me too. Thank you very much.
Yeah, me too, Regina. I appreciate you having us on.
Yeah, is there anything else you would like to add that I haven't touched on?
I think we've covered everything, to be honest with you. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So if you're curious, you listener, curious to learn more, then just email me at reginatyp@proton.me. And I'm happy to chat with you about it and set up an information call if you want to. And I would set it up actually with today's guests and myself, so you can learn more because they are the ones who know much more than I do. And here's our disclaimer again: none of what my guests or I have shared with you here today should be considered as financial advice or should be considered financial advice. Sorry, wrong grammar. And none of us are financial advisors. So thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, share it with others who could benefit, and join me again next time for another amazing guest.
If something in your leadership feels off, or you're ready to lead with more ease and authenticity, let's talk. In a free 60-minute Lead and Thrive session, we'll cut through the noise, get honest about what's really going on, and map out your next bold move. No cookie cutter, no surface level, just real clarity and the freedom to lead as you. Spots are limited. Go to transformyourperformance.com/Lead Thrive session to grab yours. Lead like you mean it.